So I've introduced you to some really budget IEMs, and I mean like a few school lunches worth of money, cheap IEMs. From like stuff like the FAAEAL Poppy offering a really generous amount of accessories for only $10, to the surprisingly solid TRN-CS3, a $5 microdriver with great sleepability. Well, now let's visit a slightly different category. We've seen the clip-ons with my NiceHCK FreeRAM review, but let's do the smaller version of those, which are earbuds. So what kind of ultra low price stuff do we have today? Well, these are the NiceHCK Traceless. I got these for like $3. Yeah, $3. Well, let's get into it. And we'll do things a little different this time, you know, a little less B-roll, a little quicker than usual. Okay, so what's the sort of unboxing for the Traceless, you ask? you get a bag. It's not even resealable, it's just a bag that you cut out, and then that's it. And the buds are inside. I'll cut it some slack for being $3 though, of course. You know. Now once you take the traces out, what do you get for accessories? Well, you get a pair of these earbud foams, right? But to be fair, these are the really good type of earbud foams that use like a thick foam, like even thicker than the ones that I have on like my Daiso phones. So again, pretty nice for something I have quite below expectations for. And then you also see inside here there's going to be a little QC patch, you know. It's a little scrunched up, but it's whatever. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the unboxing. You get the QC badge, the pair of foamies, and the Traceless itself. Pretty bare bones here, but again, it's $3. At least they put it in a bag instead of just wrapping it in some toilet paper or something. Now, the Traceless design should be familiar with most of you, right? It's the fabled DIY MX500 shell that has been used by many earbuds and is still being used by many earbuds today. It's a transparent shell, not too different from the Moondrop Shiroyuki, except, you know, of course, different logo and all that. The MX500 build means that the Traceless is pretty light. However, it just doesn't fit my ear so well. It goes in, sure, but it kind of slowly wiggles itself out, or kind of hurts my ears after a while if it does stay in. So if you are a fan of the MX500 form factor, you'll like it. If you're not a fan of it, well, you won't like it. It's an MX500 DIY shell, of course. Now the wire itself is flimsy. It's two noodle strands bound together until it splits into two at the Y-splitter into the left and right sides, of course. It tangles easily, though thankfully being a bud, it's not that microphonic. But hey, somehow, NiceHCK manages to still get a gold jack when the Tripowin Leia couldn't even manage that. This thing's still $3, right? Okay, so there's really no unboxing, and the build is what you would expect for a $3 earbud. So, how's the sound? Well, overall, the NiceHCK Traceless to me is a U-shaped sound. I have to make mention that apparently different colored variants tend to have different tunings due to the tuning foam inside, but what I have here is the transparent version, so you know I can only speak about this one, right? But for me it's like a U-shaped sound, maybe a hybrid between like a U and a V shape, but leaning towards the U shape. It has a generally natural feeling timbre.
it's a bud with sub bass, believe it or not. I'm hearing good rumble and a bit of deepness in the low end, and it's not this sort of bloaty and overly boosted mid bass over you know, that the bassy earbuds tend to usually do to exhibit bass, right? Not that the Traceless doesn't have mid bass. I mean, it's an earbud after all. But I would say sub bass dominant in general. Now the lower mids here, they're still showered with a good dose of warmth, though it is a little bit pulled back. The upper mids, they have some random peaks which can trigger in some songs and make the Traceless very pervasive, but generally it does perform well, adding a little bit of brightness back to the sound. Now these mids, they don't target the vocals particularly. Actually, I don't know what they're targeting with mids. It's kind of like the mid-range. It just emphasizes some random frequencies that they're just one step off from like the vocals or any element that you would think would benefit from, you know, a target boost, you know. And then the highs in here, they're just meh. It's not sparkly per se, but it's certainly enough to make the Traceless not sound dull or muffled. Now, when we go to technicalities, I mean, they were never an earbud strength, and the low price of the Traceless meant that it wasn't gonna be busting any blocks in this department. But nonetheless, it performed admirably. You know, being able to keep a really good amount of separation and resolution, much more than I would have expected out of a, I would say, bottom tier product, right? Soundstage width, it's slightly better than the typical IEM, but it's overall average when you take into account that it's an earbud. The imaging here is a bit messy, kind of blurry, and it's almost non-existent. Not surprising, and not much to say about that. Now, I think the thing that I like the most about the Traceless though is that it sounds like an IEM, but in earbud form. Not exactly a good kind of IEM sound, but an IEM sound nonetheless. Now, the U-shaped signature here sort of makes the sub bass more emphasized, where other buds aren't as keen in showing it. And the recessiveness of the mids are just enough to sort of not completely be pulled back, but still present. And the Traceless somewhat, I'd say, emulates the sort of cleanness and sharpness in the notes that IEMs tend to have, instead of this really smeared and really blurry presentation that other buds tend to go for, and tasteful highs to top it off as well. Now, perhaps the Traceless, it doesn't play to the usual strengths of an earbud, you know, but what it goes for, it certainly isn't a bad direction. And I can say, in my admittedly limited earbud experience, I've only gone through maybe 3-4 sets, but I haven't heard an earbud as close to an earphone as the Traceless, minus the isolation, I guess. So, for not much more than the price of, like, say, 1, 2, 3 school lunches, like $3, right? I honestly can say I'm mildly impressed with and quite pleased with the NiceHCK Traceless. You know, for this price, you're getting a basically built earbud, however, with a sound that's akin to an earphone, with surprising clarity. It's aided by a pleasant amalgamation of sort of U-shape and V-shape signature. I think the story of the time, the Traceless, and a lot of these budget earbuds are like this. I think most of us can relate to a time where, you know, we were kids and our parents would take us to the candy store And you know, we didn't get the ultra premium sweets, but the one odd lollipop or that small bag of Haribo gummies that we did get, we enjoyed and savored it so much more. The Traceless, it is kind of like those little candies in the audio world. It's a little thing that's affordable and sort of commonplace enough for you to knock yourself out, but it still holds much value and is able to be enjoyed regardless of its pedestrian status. And this has been another review with me, Lumerion. Of course, as usual, I'll leave the links to the music I use in the description. There's also going to be links to my website as well as my Patreon, where of course you can donate to me so that I get more funds to actually bring things in for review. And of course, if you want to support me, yeah, that's where that can be done. Shout outs to my tier 2 patron, 78 Dragon, for supporting me. Of course, tier 2 patrons get my video scripts, whereas tier 1 patrons will get access to extra footage, photography of the products, and behind the scenes footage if and when they are available. As always, comment in the comment section if you have any questions, any suggestions, or any sort of experiences that you want to talk about earbuds, then please sound it out in the comment section. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content, as well as my gaming content, and I've been doing a bit more vlog stuff as well. Oh yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and hit the bell button if you want notifications to get into your feed. But otherwise, I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. This is Lumerion, signing off.